Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Friends Podcast, man. Thank you so much for
Yes,
joining us.
sir.
If it's your first time, thank you for coming through because we appreciate all of the listeners, man. So, my name is Matt, and I'm here with my co-host.
My name is Rod, and this is the Friends Podcast. Make sure you check us out. We're streaming everywhere: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our socials: YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and our Instagram at the Friends Pod.
Yes, sir. Check us out. Check us out. What's been going on with you this past week?
This past week, work as usual. Got a 9 to 5. Participate in member of society, but other than that, I've been working on my skills related to creating content and things of that nature, looking at videos, trying to get a little bit more educated on that end. Communicating with our social media manager, things of that nature.
Or is it easy as you thought it was, like doing what you need to do? Or like you said, like creating content and stuff like that?
It is not as easy as I thought it was with video in particular. I think I got used to making still post, just 2D kind of content. But getting into 3D and video and start getting more into the editing to make it look how I want it to look, that's the hard part. Just trying to make your vision actually appear.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like a learning curve there because, I mean, it's an art to it though. Like, I have no idea because I've been on social media so long, so I don't even know what people were like. I don't know how to make it. And when I was on social media, I wasn't making like videos or nothing. So yeah, I feel like the regular person don't know how to do that.
Yeah, it's a creative art to it. To me, that's how I feel about it. It's like I'm working on like a art project or painting at home. It's kind of like that kind of outlet for me making the content. Well, what's been going on with you?
Nothing really. Just the same old shit. On my end, I can't really think of nothing crazy that's been going on for real. I mean, it is like some stuff that I don't want to go into super crazy detail about because I don't want to like expose, but like just hearing about like family drama and things like that, from some of my family members, and it's like,
Oh, that shit's crazy.
yeah, and it's I just hate
Who's
when,
normally like the person who tells you about family drama or things that's going on? Or are you like the go-to or the center of the problem?
no, I'm not the I'm not the center of the problem, but I would say like probably most likely my mom is the one. Like I don't lie, or I ain't gonna lie. Like my mom, she always just been one that just spill. She just been always the tea guy. Like she always the one that just like to
That checks up on
like,
family and all that and
yeah.
hear what's going on with everyone.
Not even necessarily that, but like if something going on, like she gonna say it. Like even as a kid, if I did something bad, like oh I got a D or I failed a class or I've been acting up or whatever, like she telling everybody.
The whole family know.
Yeah, everybody knows. So yeah, it kind of extended to my adulthood, and like now she just kind of confides in me about other different stuff that may be going on, and it just sucks when like something going on that you want to help, but it's like really, and then it ain't none of my business, and I don't want to insert myself, and you know what I mean. So
You feel like you have to, or you feel the need to?
I feel the need to for sure, because I mean
Do
we're
you
talking about somebody's
personally
health.
feel the need to?
See, that's where it get tricky because like it ain't my mama. It ain't my mama or my sister who is like near and dear to my heart. So like if it's not them, like
I can
yeah, that's my
understand
blood.
if it's like everyone get together as a family to do something, but when it starts getting to individual, like oh yeah, it's all on me to figure this one out.
Hmm.
That's when it gets like a little tricky for me. To be like, I can assist in an overall mission that we're trying to accomplish here. But
Hmm.
if it's not something immediate to me, like my immediately mom or father or brothers and sisters, that I feel like I have to personally take on the majority of that weight, then I probably would step back and be like, man, that's just That's wild. Unless we was super close.
Right. I mean, and it's like I wish I can go into more detail, and I shouldn't even said this because I feel like I got to explain now. But it's more complicated than what you're saying. But I do agree with you because I mean, if it ain't really no immediate threat to me or like the people that's the closest to me, really ain't none of my business. Like obviously, I still love my family, but I can't I can't be the problem solver for everybody.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we just speaking in general. I have no idea what you talking about right now. But
yeah, it ain't nothing too crazy. It really ain't nothing super crazy. But yeah, we'll move on from that before I expose too much. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into these topics for today, man. I think we done discussed our week and all that shit. And so what you want to talk about first?
Keith Applin, ex-Michigan State star, just like how we were back at State. He pleads guilty in murder case. He was a former Michigan State University basketball star during the time when we were actually in school, I think.
Yeah, he was fired.
It was from 2010 to 2014. He played under the excellent, probably one of the best college basketball coaches ever, Tom Izzo.
Yes, sir.
And then he played some basketball overseas, and looks like he had some brief contracts with the NBA Orlando Magic. But leading to this story here, he was charged in Edmonds' killing. Unfortunately, the prosecutor said he shot Edmonds on May 22nd, 2021. The man argued and was pronounced dead at the hospital. His wife and Applin's mother are first cousins, which that's very sad. You were just talking about family and sometimes the issues between family. And this one got to a very violent place. So Applin's plea agreement, it calls for 18 to 40 years. He pled guilty to the second-degree murder charge and 2 years to be served consecutively on the firearm charge. So what do we think about this?
I mean, it just kind of sucks when, of course, you done seen this man play. Like we seen Draymond Green prosper. He
Yes,
was
sir.
he
Champion.
yeah,
Winner.
for sure.
3 times.
I mean, all the folks that was playing around that time for MSU basketball, and he probably the one that succeeded the most. Like Adrian Payne was in the NBA for a minute. Denzel, what was his name? Denzel.
Yeah,
I can't remember his
rest
last
in
name.
peace to Payne.
Damn, Adrian Payne did die. I forgot about that. Yeah, man.
That was a sad story right there.
Yeah, man, for sure. I really forgot about that. That's crazy. But yeah, so like I said, obviously Draymond did what he did, but it seemed like everybody else is like a dark cloud over everybody else. Almost seemed like everybody can't win. You know what I mean?
It's hard to be a star out here, and not everyone gets in the NBA. It's one in millions that you're actually gonna be in the NBA. So, hey, Draymond just that one that excelled and managed to get on a good team. All the cards aligned for him. So that's good to see for Draymond. Like, that's respect to them. But this guy, Keith Applin, uh, I kind of feel like he's just a dirtball. Like ever since college, like this guy is he a loser. Like he
I don't
keeps
know,
getting
man.
in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, this ain't the first time he's had issues with guns, and it seemed like he just could never come back from his fall. He can never hold up to the weight that's been on his shoulders since he was probably an high school star.
Man, there's been so many hoopers that's been from the hood, and they be like, man, the people from my neighborhood, they protected me, and they was like, oh no, he the one that's gonna make it out, and like we don't mess with him, like that's the schoolboy, that's the hooper, and it's like a lot of these NBA players are from the hood, so it's like I don't think there's any excuse for you to still be involved in these types of activities. Now we don't know what happened. We don't know what type of family shit, maybe some type of assault, some type of who knows why he shot and killed dude. You know what I mean? But I just think that when you had that opportunity, like you should escape that shit by any means necessary. Like use that MSU.
Sad to see
Uh,
a
yeah,
star. Man, he was starting, and that team was
he was the best
great.
player. He was the best player on the team at that time.
Yeah, arguably.
Like, yeah, like if it wasn't him, it would have been one Draymond. Who else would it have been? Like, oh, Denzel Valentine, that's the other dude. Oh, Brent Forbes was in the league too. He might still be in the league, but yeah, like it just like you said, it's just like man, it's wasted potential, wasted talent. He could have been over in Taiwan playing or like somewhere overseas playing, and even out the way of even trying to still being where he in his neighborhood, still gun toting and all that type of shit. Like, what's the point? Now you looking at 18 to 40.
That's my thing here. It's just what is the point, Keith Applin? But I do wish we had a little bit more details behind the argument here to see what would make him, this person, that upset to kill someone else, especially a family member. That's that's hard. That's tough. And but they do say most killings do happen from people you know. And
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
yeah, unless he was hitting somebody in the family, like his mother or something, or I just don't see what could have led to that extent. Like, why don't nobody just put the guns down and just fight? Like, why he had to die? Like, they could have just like knuckled up real quick.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, in order for me to even try to see where you're coming from, it got to be something as extreme as like assault or what I'm saying, molestation or what I'm saying, things of that nature. Like, it got to be that to where it's like I got to take your life. But if it was over some money, if it was over like, oh, I don't like you, or if it was over like, oh, we had a disagreement, that's stupid. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Then that's just two adults who don't know how to have a conversation and get their feelings out and try to just get to the resolution.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, where do we go from here though? Like, I mean, obviously life's still gonna go on, but and he gonna be where he gonna be, but
Yeah,
I mean, where do we go from here?
he's done. Like this is it. This is the last straw for him, and he's gonna have a lot of time to be behind bars. But the idea, though, is still to all these young black boys out here with extreme talent. You can't you can't just give that away so easily. You gotta always work hard, do your work, go to class, go to practice, do the extra practices because you're to be honest, like you're one in millions of people, 1 in billion probably to actually have that opportunity. You might as well take advantage of it while you can because that shit does not last forever.
It don't, but it didn't have to end like this though, But I'm gonna take it a step further than what you said. Like you said, young black boys with talent, but even young black boys and black girls that don't have no talent or don't realize their talent yet, like y'all got to realize, like life is a marathon. Like some of this should be just senseless. Like obviously people be products of their environment, but like man, I mean, the thing is, people not probably not teaching them like, oh, this is the direction you should go. But Keith Applin,
What you want to
31
tell
years
to the
old.
people without talent? I guess I'm like, what do you want to say to the kids?
I mean, I want to say that they matter too. Like I look at them as like they matter too. Like even if you is somebody that don't know their passion yet, don't know their talent, like you matter. Like I want you to do well in life too. I want you to find your dream, like live your dreams out as well. Like just because that
Aw,
nigga is super, not but for real, like, but just because that nigga a superstar or just because that nigga can hoop, don't mean. I mean, he's special in his talents, but there's a lot of black boys and black girls that need to hear that shit for sure, regardless.
yeah. The idea is definitely, in the words of Kim Kardashian, work hard.
I mean, yeah, essentially, yeah. Yeah, I mean that's all you can do. But Keith Applin, a grown ass man, like I can't say that I feel sorry for him because, like you said, the nigga done got caught up before with the straps, and here he is, 31 years old, clapping niggas. So it's like, what can I say? you know,
Loser.
yeah, like 31 still busting your gun is crazy. Like that's a young boy's game. Why is you still busting your gun for? But
Him and Tory
other than
Lanez
that,
just making just terrible
man.
choices.
Oh, now you want to admit it
What? Admit what?
that Tory Lanez made a terrible choice.
Yeah, he lost the case.
All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. You bullshit.
No, that's all I was saying. I was always saying I didn't know what happened between Tory and Megan. But now that the case is won and details were released, we see what the outcome was. So hey,
Hmm.
two black brothers in the hole.
Yep. Two of many for sure. Let's move on to this next topic. Speaking of Michigan, since we let's kind of keep it in Michigan, even though you abandoned Michigan for some reason, which I kind of understand why.
It's cold.
It is cold as hell. But yeah, I mean, I know people probably been hearing about all these goddamn balloons and all these different UFOs that's just been flying around and people been shooting down, and so they kind of caught the attention of some people that was in the Metro Detroit area. Like they kept seeing these lights up in the sky. Like, what the hell is that? Were you hearing about this too?
Yeah, I heard about it. I even saw pictures online. This one girl said she went outside and then the light was just so bright. She just ran right back in the house. Like she took a video. And then I seen
Mm.
multiple videos and multiple pictures from this event in Detroit. So it made me really think, like, damn, like maybe it is something really out there.
No, and it do look crazy though. Like because I saw the pictures too. I didn't see it in person, but I saw the pictures too, and I'm like, God damn, like that shit really looked like somebody trying to touch down on Earth for real.
Yeah. And then the fact that there was actual video and I'm looking at it, I'm like, it got to be real. Like I don't know what they looking at. Like we both looking at it right now.
I don't know. That shit just look unnatural. So I understand why people were like, "What the fuck is this?" But it looks like we actually found out what it was. And even when I was seeing posts on it, like on Reddit, like people knew immediately, like, "No, this is not what you think it is." So looks like what was actually in the air for all Metro Detroiters and you Detroiters. It looks like it was something called Starlink. So it's a satellite by a company owned by Elon Musk. And I guess these are like a network of satellites that's doing something with like high speed internet, like in order for it to be everywhere or something like that. So don't be alarmed if you see that shit again because that's just what it's supposed to be.
I don't get why so many stories like this almost feels like a diversion because we hear about all these things just flying in the air, UFO. Then we also hearing about all these balloons from China that's been touched down in the United States that we've been shooting down over the months from leading from apparently Donald Trump's presidency leading forward to now that this been kind of going on. So why now are they telling us about all these different things that are in the sky? You feel like they're trying to tell us something or they're trying to hide something?
I'm gonna let you answer that because I feel like you got an idea of what you feel like it's probably some shit that they trying to like do something. So like, how you feel about it?
It almost feels like tension is starting to brew up between countries and they're trying to find things or things to create an issue like with China almost it seems like every week we're hearing about a new balloon that's coming from China that surveilling the area. It's almost like they're trying to find a reason to get people to be upset with that because when they're shooting it down, they're already telling us they're not any weapons or anything on it, so it can't attack anyone. And then they're also looking at it and saying, "Hey, this isn't any technology on here that will give them a lot of great detail that they couldn't get from Google satellites looking at the area." So it's kind of like, what's the purpose of them sending these over? If that's the case, it's like, why is the story even getting put out to just stir people up? because it don't seem like the government really caring that deeply about it. They're just using it just to stir the public up in a sense. It's like, okay, is there something else behind this that they're setting up? Is there tension? Because we already, or did we talk about possibly a war coming? We had the episode Newtown.
I mean, it's definitely tension. Like that's not up for debate. Of course, it's tension. There's been tension between us and China and Russia for a long time. So yes, the answer to your question is yes. Now, is it a distraction, or are they trying to conjure up some type of animosity towards foreigners, or
Yeah, I don't
like?
know what it is, but I'm thinking maybe that can be along the lines, but maybe it's something even more wild that some of the audience may let us know what you think on this a little bit. I'm interested to see.
Yeah, let us know. Now, my opinion specifically, I don't know. I didn't read into it too much to be like, oh, why are they telling us this specifically? Because one, I've heard a lot of people make this point already, and I think it's a good point, which is like, if they wanted to see what the fuck was going on, they've been seeing it already. They already got other satellites. They already got people on the ground here. They already got TikTok. Like they can already see what the fuck is really going on over here if they really wanted to. Like, they don't need a balloon.
Yeah, they're already starting to ban TikTok and things of that nature in the US.
Are they?
Yeah. And also in some states for in different countries as well, they start doing this. They're banning TikTok for young kids. We starting to see that a little bit more, saying social media shouldn't be used as much as damaging our kids.
I like that.
You do like that?
No, I definitely like that. For the kids part, yes. Like don't let these kids, because I've seen like different like mini documentaries on how a lot of young girls will be on there, and it'll be like predators on there just getting them to do things that they shouldn't be doing and stuff like that. So I'm with that. Like, get them, everybody like 16 and under, like get them off TikTok for sure. In terms of banning the whole platform, I'm not gonna say I'm mad at it. You know what I mean? But I feel like they didn't already got all the information that they wanted. If that's what they were trying to do, is get information, they already got it. Now, in terms of damaging further, you know, I guess maybe they should ban it. I don't know. I don't have a big dog in the fight.
I think it would be a good idea for them to slow down consumption of social media to kids and things of that nature. For sure. I think it's the same argument before when I was growing up and things of that nature. There was like too many video games or watching TV too much damages kids, and now it's phones because we have even more access to always being online and in communication with each other. So I think this is just like an extension of the old argument. But at the end of the day, I do feel like let parents parent their kids. I don't feel like the government should always have such a hand in the evolution of people's kids, and you do have to have let people parent their kids and say what they believe in, and because that's really why we're here in the U.S. Really, like we have the choice to do what we want to do supposedly and learn how we want to learn. So let us do what we want. Like if they want to want their kids to demonstrate brain and hey, survival of the fittest.
I feel you on that, and I think we've had this conversation on here before. But I think that, yeah, parents should be able to parent their kids how they want to.
It's just an invasive kind of law to me.
But it's TikTok.
A little too much. Exactly. It's just TikTok. So it's like, why does the government need to govern this? Unless they're saying it's a flight risk to security and things like that, then yes, you absolutely need to get rid of it if it's other countries are stealing data and like they're saying, because TikTok is a Chinese company. So if China's stealing data from us and they believe that's a flight risk or potential security threat to us, then yes, they should have been got rid of it, like Donald Trump was trying to do during his presidency.
But you don't even use TikTok, so why do you care?
Why do I care? I don't care about TikTok. I care about the the governing of it and what is our government want to do about it. And I'm also curious about, is this a threat to our national security? Is China trying to get a bunch of data from us, and why? Why do they want to do that? Those are
They
the
didn't already
questions
got it
that
now.
those are the things that I'm interested to know about. I'm interested to know about behind the scenes what's going on. I don't necessarily give a crap about TikTok or the app itself. I care about why why they're using TikTok. Why do they want this information? What do they need this for? What are they trying to do with it?
Right? Yeah. What's their intentions on it? I mean, yeah, I feel you on that, and I do think it could set a precedence. Like, so if they were like, okay, we're just gonna go ahead and ban TikTok, like all use of TikTok is done in the U.S., like turn the servers off, all that type of shit. It could set a precedence for other things that are like, okay, now we're gonna ban um all Call of Duties. Now we're gonna ban all Grand Theft Autos. Now we're gonna ban all anything that they see that could be dangerous to children, because that's what they banning it for, right? Because of the kids or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, where is it going to end? They're going to start banning time to that kids can use on phones, or people can use. They can kids and things can use on TV, games. They're basically being a parent.
I'm not mad at it because I don't know why I just don't feel mad at it. I mean, maybe I should be like, damn, I don't want this type of government interference in people's lives. But
There's
to
multiple
me,
arguments here, but which one do you believe in?
I just feel like I don't care. Like, because I mean, I don't see it as super dangerous for TikTok specifically. But like I did say, it could set a
So that
precedence
is your
to.
argument. You don't think you don't see it as a threat. You just see it as just
No, I do.
TikTok. It's just social media. It is what it is.
I do. I see it in. I think I see both sides, like I do with many arguments. Like to me, I don't feel like TikTok is that bad. Like they already got the data that they want, but at the same time, it could set a precedent for other things that they want to ban and kind of be like, oh, it's the kids. Like that's all you want to do. So it's like I understand, where they're coming from, but where I'm coming from is like it's just TikTok. Like, you know. But yeah, I don't. I think that parents, the point that you made, where it's like, oh, parents should be able to do that shit and just be able to parent how they want. Some of them shouldn't. Some of them shouldn't. I think we should admit that. Like, some parents do be having their kids on some bullshit and do be.
You can't tell people that. They'd be ready to fight.
But the truth is the truth. It don't matter what if they want to fight or not. The truth is the truth.
Because everybody parent differently, and everybody parenting leads to different results.
That's true.
Like it kind of just depends on kids and how they learn. Um, yeah, so it's so many different factors that I don't want to just streamline this, saying, "Hey, let's put some laws around this." Okay, let's put laws around everything else surrounding our kids.
All right, so how about this then? So let's say one of your homeboys, your homegirl, like, maybe you staying at their house for like a week or some shit, and you see every day like the baby drinking a 2 liter, like maybe like they 5-year-old is drinking like a 2 liter of pop every day. Like, is it
Like
rude
when
to
you
be
say
like,
baby, that's already a wild
no, I said 5-year-old.
5 year. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
she
changed
so
it.
she has a 5 year child, and you see the
Yeah,
baby just drinking soda that the mom is serving the kid.
yeah, like a 2 liter, like 2 liters a day. Like,
So the mom is serving the kid this, right? Or that's what I'm guessing.
it don't matter if it's serving. Yeah, I mean, yes, but it don't matter if the kid can get
It
it. The
does
kid
matter
can
to
get
me
it.
though. That's why I have to. Who's serving the kid the drink?
You at their house. Like, if the kid can get it and has access to it, then the kid can
A
get it.
5 year ain't just going to the refrigerator and just pouring themselves a drink though. Like they're asking somebody to go pour them a drink. They're saying they
Okay,
thirsty.
okay, cool. So then she's serving it. He or she is serving it,
Oh,
right?
okay, that's not my problem then. Like
You're not gonna be like, yo, like this
she's
baby should be
serving
drinking
them.
2 liter. You ain't gonna say nothing.
Like what is it? Like caffeine free soda? Or?
I'm saying soda is soda. It's sugar. Sugar is sugar, right? Like I
Hey,
think we all know that. Do you drink soda?
black people be serving their kids Kool-Aid. That Kool-Aid be about half of it and like half water. It'd be half sugar, half water.
Okay, that's not good either.
Like that's
you know.
way worse than soda to me.
Okay, but that's not good. Okay, let's change the Kool Aid. Well, I ain't gonna move the goalpost, but I'm just my question is like, is it bad to tell people about their parenting? Like, is that rude? Is there a line that you
That shit
cross?
rude as hell.
How is that?
Like that's like someone coming to your crib and telling your mama like, yeah, don't do that with him. Like he need to do this. He need to be in this. This is what he need to do, and then just leaving, and then coming back next week and being like, hey, like how's his progress on this? Okay, well, what about if you like you're you're pretty much directing that person's life at that point.
Even if the thing is of detriment to the child, like it's wrong to say that. Like, don't, stop smoking in front of that baby. You know what I mean? Like smoking cigarettes in front of that baby, or
I think
stop.
this is when I feel like you should interfere if there's physical violence or you're neglecting the child. Those are like things that child protective services and things of that nature should intervene on cops for sure. Like you're really harming that child. But parenting and things like that, that's different. And like talking about how much time like a kid can be on the game or on their phone or electronics, like that should be a parent's job. That's all I'm saying.
Well, some will say the neglect is letting kids drink all kind of sugar all day, and letting them sit right in front of the TV, so they right there, like right in front of it. Like some people will say that is neglect. So I think that might be up to interpretation. I'm not sure. But I was just trying to. The reason I was asking, I just wanted to see if it was rude or not, and it sounded like you said, yeah, that would be rude to do that. But I don't know if I see a whole problem with that. I don't know how I would feel if somebody told me about how I'm treating my kids, and the things like that. I think I would probably take it as constructive criticism versus disrespect. I think, but I guess I can cross that bridge when I get to it.
Yeah, whenever you get kids, see like how it is. Like if someone try to tell you what to do with them, see how you will
Yeah,
feel.
that is true. Yeah, because it's really just me speaking on shit that I don't know nothing about, which is usually what I do most of the time. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into this next topic, man. So let's talk about let's see, man. Oh yeah, this shit was kind of crazy. I think we kind of touched on something similar to this before, but I do want to touch on this specific story that I heard, or that Rod had brought to me. So it looks like a new bill may be coming out, specifically in Massachusetts, that will allow prison inmates to go ahead and just donate their organs, and then once they get the organs or bone marrow, then they can get their sentence reduced. Now, to me, I think that I can see a lot of people being mad about this because it almost seems like organ harvesting. Because I kind of take it back to all the way to the beginning, where it's like, okay, but why did they get arrested in the first place? Like, did they get falsely arrested, falsely accused, and now they have to get their organs, removed, whether it's right then or when they die. So it kind of take me back to all the way before, like, okay, so now are we incentivizing arresting more people specifically that have good organs, or people that we want to specifically harvest organs from, if this actually passes. But to me, I don't think that this is going to be something that's, I don't know. I can see it helping a lot of people that's going to be in there forever, but at the same time, I just kind of look at it in a sick way. I don't know. What's your thoughts on it?
And this is sick to me. It's real disgusting. The idea of harvesting people's organs, saying, "Hey, if you give us that, you allowing people, pretty much people, to sell their organs to you for a lighter sentence." It's almost like that just doesn't seem right. It almost seems like bribery in a sense. Like I'll give you some money if you do this for me. It just, but at like a higher level, like with the government getting involved, saying they want your body parts. Like they want a kidney or something like that. Like it's like I understand that there's a bunch of people out there who need these organs to live and have very important surgeries, and it will help people out. But trying to take advantage and exploit prisoners to do that, I don't agree with that. Like we're definitely already exploiting these people enough. So what do you think about it?
No, I agree. I'm just actually sitting here looking in. I'm just trying to see like the breakdown in race in all incarcerated people.
In Massachusetts,
Well, not necessarily just
just
in
in general.
Massachusetts. Yeah, just in general. I guess this is just Massachusetts based for right now.
Yeah, and it's not like it's gonna come along. I really don't think so. And it already sounding like whoever the governor or anything, they're starting to hear backlash, and they're kind of trying to thinking of walking back their thoughts on this because it just has um, very sensitive issues involved with this, and it's very dark in my opinion. My thought.
Yeah, like who even thought of this shit? Who was like, "Oh yeah, let's go ahead. What if they give us their organs? You think we can give them lighter sentence? Like, who really thought of this shit?"
Yeah, it's like how many years are they gonna give them? Like, would they set amount of years for which organ you given? It's just weird. Be like, all right, I got 5 years in this case, but if I give this kidney, I get 5 years off. So I'm getting
I can
off.
get out tomorrow. Yeah, it is pretty sick. So it says here a Democratic sponsor of the bill, a state rep of Massachusetts, Judith Garcia, told AP that it could reduce health inequities from the vicious cycle of unjust incarceration and over policing of black and brown communities. So in her eyes, she's like, oh, this could actually um help black and brown
Wait, she
people
said that?
get out. Yeah.
She said black and brown people? Why she just automatically assume like this is gonna have black and brown people? Like we gonna be the ones that just give away body parts?
I mean, but that's why I was trying to look up the race breakdown of incarcerated people because I know that
I feel like a lot
at
of
least
black
black
people ain't
people,
gonna do that shit.
but I know a lot of black people are incarcerated, disproportionately to everybody else for sure. So that's why I'm thinking that she said that because she knows that it's a disproportionate, um, number of black people in there and probably brown people as well. So that's why I'm thinking.
Yeah, percentage wise, for sure.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I could see some black people for sure doing this. Like you talking about black people ain't gonna do that. Like
But it's
niggas don't
definitely a
want to be
big
in there.
number of white people in prison for sure.
No, it is. It is for sure.
You think black people do this? I don't think so. I think that's one of those things where black people don't really like going under the knife like that for and just giving a part of their life. Really, like they know you giving up part of your life.
Man, stop. You know how many BBLs and stop it. At least black women will go under the knife for
I
sure.
guess like just like in the case, if I had about 5 to 2 years, maybe for a Kenny or something, we get you like 5 years off of that. Like, yeah, maybe you would be like, I ain't really trying to be in jail. Like, or you do a couple years and be like, man, this is terrible. Like, I gotta get up out of here. Let me go
Hmm.
ahead and get this kidney up.
Ah, man. And also, because we was talking about this before we even started recording, we were talking about is it gonna be while they're still alive, or are you gonna have to sign up for like when you die they can harvest the organ? So I don't know what's that different breakdown because I think that changes the conversation right there. Because a lot of people be like, "Oh shit, I just donate the shit when I die. It's cool," and then it is what it is. I think that would be a better situation.
I think that
You know
would
what I
be
mean?
too. I think I would agree to that. I guarantee, like, TK would give away his entire body if he can get out right now.
Man, I'm telling you, he donated all the science. No, for real. Um, yeah, but I agree with you. Like overall, it's really kind of like this shit is just it's really crazy that it was proposed, and I mean even her statement was kind of crazy. That Democratic rep from Massachusetts, her statement was crazy. Like, oh, it can help people. How about we help people by an equal justice system. How about that?
or help people by rehabilitating them in positive ways
Mm,
instead of
yeah.
taking away their organs.
hmm I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. But yeah, I think I done said all I like to say on that one. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into this next segment. So let's go ahead and get into this love and hate game. So if you guys don't know, we go through three different tracks where we talk about do we love it, do we hate it. Simple as that. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'll go ahead and start with your first one, which is let's talk about Saint John. I know you talked about his last single kind of left you feeling
Yeah,
like what the fuck is this?
and wanting more.
So let's talk about Overstimulated by Saint John. Love or hate?
This one, man, Saint John must have heard my last review of that song or something because he came back swinging on this track right here, Overstimulated. This shit is hard. Like in terms of the verse, the beat, like talking about his mind state and where he's at right now. Even on on the chorus, you can hear him talking about how he feels overstimulated and bored, like at the same time, and that's kind of like the chorus. Like his mental space is it's 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 very twisted at this point because he also goes into Grammy Award shows and things like that, and feeling like I think he feels like he deserves more respect and that he's better than a lot of these artists and way more talented, and he's kind of feeling a little stuck and frustrated with not seeing the success behind it. And he's saying like, "Man, I'm just like, well, I'm way overstimulated and bored with like this disrespect a little bit." Like that's kind of what I got out of it. Of course, he St. John will have more thought into his record, but I'm really loving the record. I love his thought process behind it. Um, I'm loving actually I'm liking the other record he put out as well, which is more pop. This record was more hip hop rapping. He's he's definitely gearing up for a new project. I can see it. And if he's keep coming out with songs like this, I think this would it's gonna top his last project. So shout out to St. John, Overstimulated. Make sure you go check that out. Love.
Okay, dope.
The song that I got for you, Josh Simmons, Situations.
Yeah, so I think I brought up Josh Simmons a couple of podcasts ago because I had just randomly found a song that he made like on YouTube. So he just came up on my recommended again, and I was like, oh, let me check this out, see what it sounds like. And it was good, but I just felt like he was doing the impression. I'm gonna keep it 100. I felt like he was doing a Travis Scott impression, or he was making like a 2015 Travis Scott song in 2023, which is dope if that's who you look up to and that's like your style and all that type of shit. But all the other shit I heard from him, it sounds 100% different.
That old Travis Scott, like what was that, Pharaohs or
No, I'm talking about like when he was on, like maybe like rodeo type shit. Like he just had the same different like if you listen to Travis
that
Scott, you
might
know
be hard
Travis.
then.
I mean, it's a good song, like for sure. But I didn't heard somebody do the same type of thing. Like Travis Scott already did it, you know. So to me, I'm like, you know, like I said, if that's your inspiration, that's cool. But like I've heard him do other shit that was dope in his own different type of style, you know. And yeah, this the same dude I was talking about, like where he had a beat where it sounded like a Monty Booker beat. And like of course we know Smino smashes those every time he comes out. And yeah, so I'm like I think maybe this guy's just trying to find his sound. You know, I don't know how long he's been around. I didn't do too much research, but to me, like I said, the song was good, but it just wasn't nothing that caught my ear. 'Cause I could just go back and listen to Days Before Radio or go listen to Birds sing in the trap.
Right.
So it was like, like it was cool though. But I'm gonna say
Oh
hate on this
God.
one for real. But all right, so I'm gonna say hate. So let's go ahead and get into this next one for you. Let's talk about Khalifa Mode, Sada Baby, and Wiz Khalifa. Love or hate?
This song I had just heard a few days ago. And it's a good party record. On a record, you hear them talking about going Khalifa mode, which pretty much means smoking on good, expensive weed and foreign women. So that's the gist of the song. They're just having fun. You can tell they were both blown out of their mind and with women and yeah, I mean, it's a fun song. I like just vibing out to it. It's a good song just to throw in the car, where I can see someone just popping this on like a little kickback or something with their homies or friends. It's so I'm gonna go ahead and pick. I'm gonna say love. It ain't no huge hit that I feel like it's gonna catch everyone's ear, but I really I fuck with the song, so I'm gonna go ahead and say love on this.
That's really a surprising collaboration, though. Like, it don't seem like they would fit together, I guess. But I mean, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I mean lately I've been seeing they seem like they're good friends or been communicating online, so seem like they got a good relationship. So there might be more songs like this in the future. So let me go ahead and name off your second song we got here. BK the Ruler, Tan.
BK the Ruler, she's her music is interesting because I, it don't really be about too much, to be honest. Like, it just be about taking drugs and how she fucked somebody or yeah, she fucked somebody bitch, and
She a stud?
yeah, I guess that's what you call it. I don't know, but yeah. So I don't know. Like, this, it was cool, and I do like some of her music, but to me, I feel like she always be talking about the same thing. She be talking about Molly and, oh, pop this Molly, I got your girl with me and all that type of shit. Like, it ain't nothing
See,
super like.
why don't anything like that ever get flagged? Like they got on Rick Ross crazy. We said uh put a Molly in a drink and she ain't even know it.
No, that's different.
But she
That's
talking about
different.
doing Molly and shit like that and influencing people and girls around here to do the Molly, have a good time with her and leave their nigga. Uh,
No, that's different though, because I'm sure the girls probably want to take Molly. You know what I
you
mean?
don't
They're not
think
taking.
girls want to take Molly around Rick Ross
Yeah, but they should
or Bill
know it.
Cosby?
They should know it though. Do you not agree on that? That they shouldn't take no shit and unknowingly.
I didn't hear the song. So you asking me questions. I'm
Yeah.
just going off what I thought I heard from the song. You said like she said, "Hey, I'm taking Molly and I'm with dudes chicks," and that's what she do.
Yeah, like that's what she's talking about. Like, but
I
it's
sound like
will.
influencing people. I seem like it could be looked at. Like someone should check on her.
I mean,
I want to hear the girl side of the story on this a little bit.
okay, now I understand where you're coming from. Like, yeah, like it's possible that it's like I don't never get that vibe from it. Maybe because
Good
I don't
beat.
know. Yeah, that might be why, but also because I feel like Rick Ross was very just blatant, saying like she ain't even know it. Like, that's not cool. Like, she didn't know. Like, that's not cool, bro. Like, that's like I don't even know what the word is, but that's illegal, bro. Like, you can't do that, But other than that, I mean, we drifting off. But I think to wrap it up, the song is okay. Like, I might listen to it again. I probably won't. The beat was cool, but I'm still gonna be checking for her, her subsequent releases and things like that. But let's move on to your last one.
I ain't gonna
Let's.
lie. After hearing that
Mhm.
story, I probably ain't gonna hear her. That already makes me feel like, yeah, it just seemed a little nasty.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I gotta go back and listen and see if that's what she be talking about. But I don't, like I said, I don't get that vibe. Like, oh, I force fed her this, or like without her.
So you said love on this song or hate? I heard you say you like it, but
Oh no, I'm gonna say hate because, like I said, she be talking about the same shit anyway. Like, this is her subject matter for sure.
she ain't even
Uh,
know it.
exactly. But so on to your last one here. Let's talk about your last one, which is Watch This, which is Lil Uzi Vert and Arizona Tears. Love or hate?
So this song is pretty much a song that Lil Uzi Vert already put out. Watch This, which was on. I don't know if it was in a new project or anything like that, but this producer, Arizona Arizona Tears, they sped up the track and made it more dub kind of feel, and I'm really liking the track. How he produced the track, and it, I could hear this track going up at a bunch of different parties. It's very like dancey, and it kind of goes with the same vibe that he's going for now with "I Just Want to Rock." Body yada yada. Like it's still like that up tempo dance feel, and yeah, Arizona Tears, that producer, whoever he is, he did this. He did that song justice right there.
So love or hate?
I love it. It's on Apple Music, so he must have did good enough where Lil Uzi was like, "Yeah, let's put it out."
Hmm. You know what I was gonna say? That's the point I was gonna make about Saint John is because like yeah maybe he don't got like hits but he has some of them shits where it's like they make like a dance remix or like an EDM remix and those shits are big. Like even if you go to his page, like that's the most played. I think.
Yeah, I mean, on his last project, he had like his EDM and like sped up tracks and different versions of songs. So I like all that shit. Yeah, like overseas and stuff like that, you can definitely hear that he's using those versions of the song and they're doing very well.
Oh, so this is like a plug and B remix.
While the work was burning, his last project, I know like that was one of my top albums when we first started of the
Hmm.
year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So this is like a plug and B thing. So it's like people like Mexico Dro and like different producers like that. Okay. So it's not necessarily EDM. I thought it was like gonna be like some EDM type shit.
Nah, not necessarily. Nah, it's just sped up beat with like a good like dance kind of feel to me. Like, I'm just like I explained how I felt with the song.
Okay.
So,
I got you. I got you. I guess shout out to Uzi though. Like we always waiting on new Uzi. Like
did you hear the song or what you think of the song?
I'm listening to it now. Like it's cool. It ain't nothing super crazy to me though, but it's cool.
So let me go ahead and get to your last track that we got here, and that is Jordan Ward with Ryan Trey, White Crocs.
This shit, I literally just listened to this before we started recording. This shit might be one of my favorite new songs. Like for a minute, like this shit just sounds so. I don't know what it is. It reminds me of uh, it reminds me like of maybe like a Bryson Tiller mixed with like this dude that I like named Aaron Ray. He's a R&B singer from LA. It remind me like a mix of that shit, but it's real LA. It seems like it seems. I don't know. I can't explain it. Like if you listen to it, you will understand what I'm trying to say. But this shit is fire, and he talking about he about to pull up on some hoes and some white Crocs. I think
Mm,
that's kind of
I'm gonna have to check that song out. I'm wearing brown Crocs right now.
for real.
Like I always wear brown Crocs. He
Why
white?
brown? No, it's a black dude. I think it's two
Oh,
black dudes. Yeah, the other dude Ryan Trey. Yeah, they both black. But why brown though? That's a strange color for anything really. But
why? You brown? You think that's a strange color that you brown?
I'm talking about clothes. What are you talking about? I'm talking about clothes. When the last time you wore something that was brown?
I wear brown jeans all the time.
What the fuck? This nigga found brown jeans. I didn't know. I didn't even know
Like
they
to
made
work,
those.
like I wear brown jeans very frequently.
Like jeans or like khakis, chinos, or like denim
Nigga, I
jeans.
said what I said. Brown
Denim
jeans.
jeans. Denim jeans.
Brown jeans, yes.
Where the fuck this nigga find brown
You get
jeans
white
from?
nigga, like you get white jeans, you can get brown jeans.
Where? I didn't even know they had them. Now that I think about it,
That's
my
the
pop
thing.
did. Go ahead.
Niggas ain't on like the shit. When I see shit like
So,
like I was just like, yeah, that just those shit like I don't see people just wearing brown jeans like that. Like to be honest, I feel like brown jeans should be more popular than blue jeans.
nah, I feel like you gotta wear. You can only wear brown jeans with certain colors though. You can wear blue jeans with anything. Like brown jeans, you can wear a white. You can wear other
Says who?
browns. Brown jeans are for earth tones, like browns,
I wear
greens.
brown jeans with everything.
Nigga don't got no drip. The niggas be wearing brown and fucking
I wear
red and shit.
brown jeans and I be rocking the blue sweater, Tommy Hilfiger, put on the black and white sweater. I put on the
No
brown
drip.
jeans,
This nigga
throw in
wearing
the
blind.
mustard.
Okay, now that could be fire. Like brown and mustard. Like I can
Yeah,
see that,
mustard
but
boss. Here you go. Like,
mm.
man, them brown jeans go far. See, niggas don't know about the brown jeans. They still in blue. It's
Wait,
all
like
right though.
okay, we gonna get off of this in a second. I just need to know what cut, like what shade of brown. Like is dark brown? Is like
It's dark brown.
hmm. It's interesting. Okay, okay. I respect it. You still don't got no drip. If you're wearing brown and black, you ain't got no drip. But I respect it.
Man. Only thing that I realized, like growing up, is just like you just can't have too many bright colors together.
Yeah,
Cause once it gets too bright, a lot of times, like it just starts to look real crazy.
yeah. It got to coordinate.
Unless you like, unless you a female, like females typically pull it off. But yeah, for dudes, nah, they don't typically get pulled off.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's probably just a clash if you got bright yellow and bright green and bright red or some shit. Yeah, it's like a clash. But you know, thank you for visiting our fashion talk here. We've been talking about our, our drip. I don't got no drip though. Like I'll admit that shit. Like I don't care about the clothes that I wear. I want to, but I really don't. I can't afford the things that I want to wear, so I just don't even really care at this point. I'll wear some shit from Walmart these days. To be honest, I know not motherfuckers will judge me for that, but I don't care these days. But other than that, do we have any highlights for the week? This week?
Yeah, shout out to Walmart. Um,
True. I guess I actually
um,
fuck Walmart though, but
I'm gonna say shout out to Wu-Tang, the new show, third season. They've been really highlighting ODB, his troubles in the group, and they're also highlighting his triumph to his first album and how it got started. And it's an exciting show right now. It's right on Hulu, and this is gonna be the final season for it. So I'm interested in how this entire season is gonna progress. I'm sure it's gonna start moving fast because it's still pretty early on, and they got so many albums and different people who released their first albums under RZA. So I think the season should be pretty good. But they start with ODB, rest in peace, and his fun nature. They're really displaying that. His always joking with the people around him and not ever taking anything serious. And he was a wild character, but they also showing that him as like a loving character, which I also like that as well. They portraying him as both ways.
okay,
So
okay.
shout out to the Wu-Tang. It's right on Hulu. This is the third and final season, I believe. So what about you?
For me, I'm gonna keep it TV as well. So I actually watched the whole season of season one of Tulsa King, which is Sylvester Stallone is in it. He's the only person that I knew that was in it for sure. But it's like really, it's a former mobster who got out of jail for 25 years. He got out of jail after 25 years, and then he came back, and his mob boss was like, "Okay, you're going to Tulsa now." Like, so he moved from New York to Tulsa, and he just jugging. Like he just got there. As soon as he got there, he touched down. He started jugging like immediately. So I don't know. It's just a real cold show. A lot of fight scenes, a lot of shooting, a lot of good shit, man. A lot of funny things as well. So I really was fucking with Tulsa King season one. Just can't wait for season two to come
Where's
through.
that streaming at?
I watched it on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, so Paramount Plus, and so it's actually by the same dude that did Yellowstone. I don't know if you've been hearing people talk about Yellowstone and 1923 and 1883. Like I guess it's like a
Mm.
series that people that this dude is doing that's like really good that I gotta check out. But right now I want to highlight Tulsa King, which is on Paramount Plus for sure. So check that out.
Yeah, I like the Yellow Jacket show. I can't wait till second season come out. The first season was
Yellow
fire.
Jacket, what's that on
Yeah.
Netflix?
That show, the first season was on Showtime. It won awards and stuff like that. Had a great cast, and it's gonna get even bigger for the second season. And that show was crazy. I can't wait for the second season. But I don't know if I talked about it before in past episodes. It was probably like very early on if I did. Um, but yeah, I mean, people should go check out that show too. But I think they should be coming out with a new season this year. But yeah, anyways, maybe I'll talk about that when the season and everything start coming out. And because I'm definitely gonna be tuned into that. But this has been the Friends Podcast. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Old and new, peace and love.
We out.